He does well in that situation, and he doesn't jump, he just backs in to win the free kick, and invariably he gets it.
What a feeling he fouled the most in the Scottish Premier League last season, actually, but he's also right up there in the list of most fouled in return. Sutton and Larson looking to combine, but Kemble holds firm. Just skipped away from McBride, but Kemble has a chance to release Momo Silla. A player capable of a few tricks on his day. He tried one then, it didn't quite come off. Silla, in fact, is big pals with Bodo Balder, the new Celtic signing who's out injured at the moment. They both play for Guinea. McBride was hassling Lennon. Forsyth seeking out Parker, but it'll carry to Robert Douglas. "14 clean sheets in 28 games for Celtic on his arrival from Dundee last season. He'd be first to acknowledge the contribution from his defence, though. Larson leaves it for Sutton, and a fine intervention from Grant Murray. Hartley. Lambert, so influential for Celtic. Lennon likewise. Thompson has had a new lease of life since leaving Aston Villa and coming north of the border. Bobby Petter wants an Ipswich. Petter being allowed to run here. Now Lambert. Thompson waiting to receive. And he does receive. Oh, kept it in. Or did he? I don't think he did, actually.
Yeah, just a lapse in concentration there by Alan Thompson, who's quite prepared to swap positions at times with Bobby Petter, and more than comfortable out there on the touchline.
Celtic, remember, lost their last 2 league games last season. The last time they lost 3 in a row was 1994, would you believe? But it was hardly a crisis for Martin O'Neill, because it already long since tied up the title when he suffered those defeats. Here's Forsyth. McBride, eager to impress on his return to Celtic. Like a little nudge by Hartley on Petter, free kick.
Bobby Petter will be glad that was given, otherwise Hartley was in a terrific position. Not convinced it was intentional either. And that's what Paul Hartley has to do, try and drive, try and back Bobby Petter up, otherwise he's going to spend most of the game in his own half.
Mialbi. Tibbley. A gap. Who started last season in spectacular style with Hibs, prompting Celtic to make a move, and because he was only on a short-term contract at Easter Road, they snapped him up for £50,000. Mialbi. Tibbley is well advanced, but Alan Main collects.
Well, St Johnstone having a fair bit of the ball here. I don't think for a minute Sandy Clark would have expected to have the Lions' share of possession here. Bit of concern that Larson was through on Alan Main early on, but that apart, they look pretty solid.
Most of the Scottish papers today were tipping St Johnstone to finish bottom. Not sure if Sandy read the papers. He probably didn't, actually, because he was still in bed at 11 o'clock this morning, but if he did, he'll probably seek that as motivation and won't be too bothered by it. Kemble. Kane. McBride looking lively. And he's... Ooh, for a moment I thought that was going to go through to Silla, but Valharan was there, as he often is. Grant Murray, a summer recruit. And a free from Hearts. Parker. And Valharan ensuring that there was no way past. Here's Tevely. Didier Agat. Leaves it for Lennon. Larson lets it run for Sutton and nearly got it back, but Darren Dodd's alert again.
A good tackle by Darren Dodds there. Matched the run of Larson all the way. Been a bright start, Ian. Good 15 minutes or so. Ball's been on the carpet most of the time. Both sides moving it freely, and you get the impression that St Johnstone slowly feeling their way into this game. The confidence starting to grow.
Celtic won all 3 meetings with St Johnstone last season. A notable fact about them being that Henrik Larsson scored in each game, but Benito Kemble, who's very close to him there, was part of the Motherwell setup last season, and they were the only team in the Scottish Premier League that Henrik Larsson didn't score against, so Kemble hoping to keep him quiet again. Agat, space here for Valharen. Petter is patrolling his usual touchline. Lambert. Lennon. 25 games for Celtic, only been on the losing side once. Henrik Larsson, tremendous turn, through to Sutton. Lennon takes over, but can't prod it in.
I think it's a good example here of how defenders at times can get too close to Larsson. That's where he wants you, and where he can feel you behind him. It's young Ross Forsyth here who's turned. Larsson spins so well. Front post run there by Sutton. Lennon takes over, and eventually it's a simple catch for Alan Main. This is what Henrik Larsson does so well, and defenders take their chance when they get as close as that to him.
Larsson actually had a tough time here on Tuesday. He was marked by Sunderland's Emerson Tome, who did a pretty good job on him, it must be said. Stuck to him. Larsson was probably checking his cupboards when he got home to make sure he wasn't there. Here's Petter. And he's obstructed. Free kick in a promising position.
It's a cheap one to give away because St Johnstone have plenty of bodies goal side here. Once again, Petter's shown the inside. Once again, St Johnstone say, OK, go inside, we've got a lot of bodies in there, and it's a cheap free kick to give away in a dangerous position.
Lennon whips it in, Larsson! And a good stop from Alan Main, because Larsson is so useful in the air as well as on the ground.
Yeah, it's Grant Murray who's marking Henrik Larsson here, and once again he gets half a yard on Grant Murray. Deftest of touches there with the head. Alan Main manages to get down to it.
Parker, well, pass to Hartley might have been an option, but he's gone the other side to Lovenkrands. McBride. Kane waiting. Silla. Douglas will come and claim. He started last season with Dundee. Celtic moved in for just over £1 million. Some of the fans a little bit unconvinced, though, you get the feeling, about Robert Douglas, but he has a pretty decent record, despite one hammering in the Holborn game last season. Celtic's defence didn't do much wrong. Niobe. Intercepted by Lovenkrands, whose brother Peter is at Rangers, but he was one of the many Ibrox injured last season. Olivier Tevely given the full backing of Martin O'Neill to slot into the back in the absence of the injured Balder, and of course after the departures of Stubbs and Vega. Steve Bruce actually brought him into English football at Sheffield United, and he must know a thing or two about central defenders. Martin O'Neill frustrated in his dealings in the transfer market so far, apart from the arrival of Balder, and that seemed to take an eternity. I don't think he's finished on that front yet, mind you. Especially with a Champions League deadline looming. Larsson. O'Haran gives it back to the Super Swede. who looks for Chris Sutton, or maybe Agat coming in, and Lovenkrantz taking no chances, conceding the corner.
I did the right thing there, Tommy Lovenkrantz, and once again it's good defensive awareness by the White player. Look at Agat's run there. Lovenkrantz, the quick look over his shoulder, and does the right thing, putting the ball behind, gives Saints a chance to reorganise.
Alan Thompson, and nobody had picked up Neil Lennon, who's got plenty of time to deliver. Came to Sutton in a hurry, and Kemble can clear. $60,000 inside Celtic Park, of course, today, and rest assured, Celtic fans watching all around the world.
The stadium's a lot quieter now. I mean, it's said continually that if when sides come to Glasgow, they have to try and keep a blank score sheet for the first 15-20 minutes, but it's very, very true. And St Johnstone have managed to get through that opening period and look pretty decent at the back, and also getting forward on the odd occasion to ask a few questions of Celtic's backline.
Agat wouldn't really come down for him, and Kane was able to poke it back to his keeper. Dobbs. Straight to Mialbi. Silla. That's not a bad try actually from Momo Silla.
That's a great effort. That's a terrific effort. He could have waited for Keegan Parker to make a supporting run here. One thing in his mind, early decision. And Rab Douglas was well out here. Had that been on target, well, decent effort.
That was a bit loose from Thompson, and Silla could be in. Only Keegan Parker up at the moment, but others arriving. Paul Kane. He could have a pop, no great power on it, but it squirmed away from Mialbi's boot. Dodds. Murray. Lovenkrantz caught out by Agat, but he recovers.
It's going to be a tough shift for St Johnstone's white boys today, but so far they're doing a terrific job. Neither have been caught the wrong side of Celtic's white two so far. Giri Agat hasn't managed to get to the line once, and likewise on the other side, Bobby Petta so far has had a pretty quiet time of it, thanks to Paul Hartley.
Agat figuring out the options. One of them was Paul Lambert. Another throw for Celtic. Agat began last season with a scoring spree, 4 goals in 6 games for Hibs before his move from Edinburgh to Glasgow. Tebele takes this throw. Larson, and he's put Paul Lambert in. Just too high for Thompson. I think it's drifted out as well. It has. It's a goal kick. Well, in their Champions League qualifier, Celtic have been drawn against Ajax, and you can see them later today in the Amsterdam tournament when they take on Liverpool. Big one for Jari Litmanen, and that. It's for Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports Extra at 7:45. And on Wednesday, also on Sky Sports Extra, Celtic invade Old Trafford for Ryan Giggs' testimonial. Manchester United versus Celtic, the British Championship on Sky Sports Extra. No goals so far. And a concerned expression on the face of Martin O'Neill, but then he usually looks pretty concerned, even when he's winning. Valharan. Sutton, the title winner, north and south of the border now, with Celtic and with Blackburn Rovers.
Got to try and hold the line here, St Johnstone. Really don't want to end up on top of Alan Main when this comes in.
It's going to be swung in by Alan Thompson, Alan Main flapped it in a little bit. And fortune favoured him then, you have to say. Bounced off Didier Agat and went straight back to him. What a recovery that is from Agat to get all the way back and slide in on Lovenkrands. Magnificent. Appreciated by the fans too. The two Swedes, Mjällby and Larsson combining, and Johan Mjällby's in the clear, but he's into the side netting too.
That's a terrific run, but he has to put it back across the goalkeeper. This has to go across Alan Main towards the far post. And if the goalkeeper makes a save, Chris Sutton's got a tap in. But it has to go back across the goal. Terrific ball by Larsson. Mjällby doesn't have to break stride. Great supporting run, you would have to say. But perhaps the wrong player in the wrong place.
Celtic, as you would expect, well ahead as far as goal attempts are concerned, but St Johnstone holding out at the moment and trying to come up with something themselves with Keegan Parker. And he has done very well to send that across for Momo Sylla. And Sylla trying to scramble it in, and somehow Celtic have managed to keep it out.
That's a good pull back there by Keegan Parker. Sylla just couldn't quite get the shot away here. Claims for a penalty as it hits Volharen. We'll see it here. Well, I think it's the knee it comes off. But more encouragement for Sandy Clark. St Johnstone growing in confidence, there's no question about that. Starting to get far more support forward into that Celtic box.
A real scare for Celtic. But they could give St Johnstone a fright here as Lambert shunts it to Agat. Lambert to Sutton. Here's Lennon. Bobby Petter. Looking forward to coming up against Ajax from his homeland. Petter looking to go all the way, but sussed out by Hartley. Petter with Hartley breathing down his shirt yet again, and he's not giving him much time.
He's doing the right thing. He's showing him the inside, putting him onto his right side. He knows that if he's skinned down the outside, Petter will invariably supply a quality cross.
Thompson gets it back from Petter. Hartley there again. He has to concede a corner this time, which gets them buzzing a bit in Celtic Park. Mjällby planning to be a powerful presence. Slight delay on taking the corner because Agas was over there initially, but now Lennon has trotted across and Thompson won't be needed either. Neil Lennon sends it in, and Mjällby on the end of it. In fact, it's going to be another corner, so he was obviously very closely watched by Forsyth then.
Yeah, he did just enough here, young Forsyth. And there'll be a terrific presence in either box. And he also did just enough to put him off there.
Lennon fools everybody by sending it back to Bobby Petter. Well, Celtic not making much of that in the end, and Alan Main's throw, and it's going to be cut out by Petter, but it nearly carried to Keegan Parker. Lennon releasing Thompson straight away into the middle. Oh, Sutton, was he held back then? It's come to Didier Agat. Oh, right across all the way to Alan Thompson. We're taking the long way round here as Thompson sends it back in. It's going from one side of the field to the other here. Agat. Two men on him, and I think he's just overrun that.
Well, the one thing you hear from strikers continually in training, Ian, is early, and they don't come much earlier than that. Terrific delivery by Thompson. I think Sutton probably impeded by Forsyth there. Once again, the ball played in between goalkeeper and last defender. And St Johnstone stand firm and get away with it. Once again, Didier Agat couldn't quite get the final ball in.
Lovenkrands. Lambert. St Johnston finished 10th last season, 57 points behind Celtic. Here's Larson. Thompson. Sutton. Sutton trying to tee up Larson. Lambert. Olivier Tebele. Thompson. Larson. Sutton. Plenty of power on it. And it stung the palms of Alan Main, and Celtic get a corner out of it.
That's a terrific move. Ball drilled into Larson by Alan Thompson. What about that for a layoff from Larson? And not a bad effort either from Chris Sutton. The ball moving from right to left. Alan Main did well to beat it away.
Thompson delivers, and Main did well to get a fist to that. Petter. Petter and Lambert straight into Alan Main's grasp.
I think Paul Lambert, if anything, wanted it earlier. Maybe Petter took one or two touches, just too many there. Angle was always closing on Paul Lambert.
Kemble. No joy for Parker, who felt he was fouled by Vahara. It's Tebele. Here's Lambert. Mjolby. Petter. Celtic fans a little restless perhaps. They want a goal. And Madovic unfurled the flag, the championship flag at Celtic Park. Bobby Petter might open up for him, or for Paul Lambert, who normally scores a screamer or two, or maybe just the one a season. Well, a regular visitor to Celtic Park is Billy Connolly, and I do believe he's dyed his goatee beard green, would you believe? You should have had your frizzy hair done green when you were playing, Dave. Well, you would have taken blimmin' ages to do that.
Well, he's enjoying himself, but maybe a bit of concern starting to sweep through the ground here, because St Johnstone are certainly making a game of this.
Kane and Lambert went up for it. Larson spinning away from Forsyth, and Kemble. That's one way to stop him.
Yeah, I think he knew he was skinned there, Ben Kemble. Perhaps fortunate not to be shown a yellow, certainly leading with the left arm there. But he's played Henrik Larsson pretty well so far.
Kemble could turn out to be a very useful signing for St Johnstone. Did a pretty good job for Motherwell. Lambert looking for Sutton. Oh, Alan Thompson has been put in, and Paul Kane did very well to slide in.
Yeah, it's a great supporting run by Thompson. This is what Celtic need now. First touch lets him down here. Sutton takes all the pace of it, plays him in. That touch there did him no favours at all.
Thompson delivers over the head of everybody, though. It's going to come through to Bobby Petter. Petter and Mjolby. Johan Mjolby gets the season going for the Celtic. The champions are one up. It took a while coming.
Well, it took a while for Bobby Petter to get to the byline. Just drops the shoulder here. Ross Forsyth skinned half a yard's all he need. Whipped him. Terrific ball in. And Mjällby wasn't going to miss from there. I think it's Darren Dodds who gets across the front of Alamein, totally exposed. First time in the match Bobby Pettis managed to get himself in behind. The delivery was first class. And well, the header was more than worthy of the cross. And that may settle a few nerves here now.
Mjällby so formidable at the back for Celtic and pretty useful up front too in that situation. Here's Olivier Tebeli, and that has certainly given the fans something to shout about now. Mike McCurry is telling Neil Lennon to keep quiet here. Be lucky if he does, mind you.
Exactly. He's been playing in a good spirit though, and I've enjoyed this game so far.
Tebeli. It's going to run out, but Celtic with a goal on the board on the opening day.
Look at just a drop of the shoulder there from Pettis. That's all he needs. Blink of an eye. On his way to the line for the first time in the match, because Paul Hartley had been showing him inside the whole game. And that's all it takes. All the good work from St Johnstone cancelled out there.
Sutton, Darren Dodds though, clears it away with Larsson lurking. Celtic won 17 of their 19 home games in the Scottish Premier League last season. Hibs got a point here, Dundee got a win, and it didn't matter at the end. But everybody else went away with nothing. And they don't plan to be too generous this season either. O'Haran's cross. Larsson, out of adversity there, he created a chance. That was a Gats header. Keegan Parker, named after Kevin, because his dad was a big Liverpool fan. Tebeli. That was pretty poor though, straight to Campbell. But it's rescued by Lambert. Lennon. Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Celtic scored 138 goals last season. Only 137 to go this season. Here's Silla though. O'Haran gives it back to the goal scorer Mjällby. Thompson though couldn't deal with that, and Momo Silla trying to get in again. O'Haran, and the flag is up against Chris Sutton. It's not going to be up for him there.
Yeah, I think we'll see Dodds and Campbell both stepping up here just as the ball is played. Up they go. Not a great deal in it, but certainly enough for the linesman to, or the assistant as they're called nowadays, to put his flag up.
Campbell looking for Keegan Parker, but Mjällby popping up everywhere at the moment. Thompson for Lennon. Lambert looking to release Petter perhaps. Hartley close by, naturally. Mjällby ready to play a part once more. Sutton. Thompson. Celtic getting into their stride with Didier Agat. Lennon. Thompson might have a go. Oh, blistering strike from Alan Thompson. Very close.
I couldn't have struck him much sweeter, could he? Just comes inside Tommy Lovenkrands there. He's a long way out. Tell you what, Alan Main didn't know a great deal about that. And this lad's got enough power to score from there. And even further out. And you can see how busy Celtic have been in front of goal. Although they've had to work for everything they've had this afternoon.
Lovenkrands doing battle with Mialbi, and Lovenkrands manages to deliver, but it's going to drop over the head of Hartley. Hartley getting help from Grant Murray. Here's Keegan Parker being checked by Valharam. Well, a few players have tried to get past Valharam since he arrived in Scotland, and not many have succeeded, in fairness, as Celtic get a free kick for a foul by Dodds on the main man, the top man, Henrik Larsson.
Just getting overrun a bit at the moment, St Johnstone. Really just needs to try and get a bit more possession, get their foot in the ball, because they're doing a lot of chasing here. And that is what tires players. Very, very warm out there as well tonight.
Well, there's actually no added on time in this first half apparently, so not long remaining. Larsson gives it to Agat. Rest assured he'll have a go at them, he'll have a run at them. He pokes it through, but disappointing in the end. Kane almost ran into trouble then. McBride. Hartley. Promising this for St Johnstone, but Mialbi duly dispatches the centre into touch. McBride. Hartley. It sails over Robert Douglas's bar. Martin O'Neill, treble in his first season, and hoping for more great things this season, but it hasn't been as straightforward as many people thought it might be in this first half.
Yeah, the goal always settles you though, and now that they have it, I think both the Celtic players and the supporters are a lot more settled. But I think St Johnstone have done so well today to choke off the supply from Celtic's wide areas. Just caught once for the goal, that was enough.
Forsyth was dispossessed by Henrik Larsson. Quick lesson there for the youngster Forsyth, that you don't dilly-dally when Henrik's around. It's half-time. The champions hold the advantage thanks to the giant Swede Johan Mialbi. They have created their fair share of chances in this first half, but only that goal to show for their efforts so far. And St Johnstone.
Agat and Bobby